Marriage has always been a traditional realm of the states, and so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing either from a policy standpoint or a political standpoint to have these debates at the state level.
You know, if you look at the map, 13 states currently allow same-sex marriage. There are a handful of other states that allow civil unions but not marriage. And here's another interesting piece of nuance in the DOMA decision. It only pertained to same-sex marriage. So could you logically make the case and say a state like New Jersey that only allows civil unions to say, wait a minute, they're only offering federal protections for people who are actually married, therefore it's unconstitutional for you, Governor, to put me into a civil union as opposed to marriage and fight it on that basis?
I don't think it's unconstitutional, but I think it's a political argument. Again, I think that helps people who are looking for a movement towards a more inclusive definition of marriage. And I don't think the biggest problem that conservatives have is the courts. The biggest problem for them is the American people. And you ultimately cannot be at odds with the American people on issues of fairness, on issues of inclusion. And I think time is not on their side. If you look at younger Republicans, if you look at younger evangelicals, the movement is all in one direction.
Juan Amara, do you see this as opening the floodgates?
Oh, I think I think it's kind of like, you know, the game is over pretty much. But it's interesting in terms of the politics, whether it's going to energize that base of people who say, you know, I just can't abide by this. But do they have impact? I don't know. On the states, we're going to see a lot of rhetoric and talk, but I think it's going to be more of the heat than actual substance.
And the Republican Party will have to manage that conflict, that internal.